Top 20 Costume Designer Interview Questions and Answers. Discover expert answers to the top 20 costume designer interview questions. Perfect for aspiring designers, this guide helps you prepare, impress employers, and showcase your creativity and technical skills. 1. Can you tell us about your background and what inspired you to become a costume designer? I have a background in fashion design with a specialization in theatrical costume. My interest in storytelling through clothing began in high school theater, where I volunteered as a wardrobe assistant. Seeing how a costume could transform an actor's performance fascinated me. I pursued a degree in costume design and interned at a regional theater, which solidified my passion. The combination of history, art, and character development is what drew me to the profession. I'm inspired by how costumes convey emotion and context before a single word is spoken. That silent storytelling power keeps me excited about costume design every day. 2. What experience do you have in costume design, and what types of productions have you worked on? Film, theater, TV, etc. I have over 7 years of experience in costume design, working across theater, independent film, and television. I began my career designing for local theater productions, where I honed my skills in character analysis and quick costume changes. Later, I transitioned into indie films, focusing on realism and detailed period accuracy. I've also worked on a TV miniseries where I handled modern styling blended with flashback scenes, requiring both contemporary and historical costuming. This range has helped me adapt to varying storytelling styles and production environments. I pride myself on versatility and my ability to deliver cohesive, character-driven wardrobe solutions across mediums. 3. How do you stay updated with fashion trends and historical costume accuracy? To stay current with fashion trends, I regularly follow industry publications like Vogue, W, and Costume Rag, and I attend fashion shows and costume exhibitions. I also subscribe to historical garment databases and museum archives, such as the Met Costume Institute and V&A. For historical accuracy, I reference academic texts, period paintings, and original garments whenever possible. Online platforms like JSTOR and Costume History Forums provide scholarly insights that deepen my research. I also participate in costume designer workshops and webinars to sharpen my technical and conceptual understanding. This combination ensures my work remains both relevant and accurate to the narrative. 4. What is your favorite project you've worked on, and why? One of my favorite projects was designing costumes for a stage adaptation of The Great Gatsby. The 1920s are visually rich, and I love capturing the glamour and contrast between classes. It was a large-scale production that required research, collaboration, and creativity. I sourced vintage fabrics, created flapper dresses with intricate beading, and tailored suits that reflected the era's elegance. What made it truly special was the emotional connection I saw the actors develop with their costumes. It brought their characters to life. Seeing the audience transported to the jazz age through my designs was incredibly fulfilling and validated my passion. 5. Walk us through your creative process when designing costume for a new production. My process begins with reading the script multiple times to understand the characters, setting, and emotional arcs. I meet with the director to grasp their vision and the production's tone. Then I start research, historical, thematic, and visual, creating mood boards and reference sketches. I analyze each character's journey to design costumes that reflect their personality, development, and relationships. Once designs are approved, I select fabrics and collaborate with a construction team or seamstresses. Fittings and revisions follow to ensure perfect fit and function. Throughout the process, I remain adaptable, receptive to feedback, and focus on supporting storytelling through visual design. 6. How do you approach designing costumes that align with the director's vision while maintaining your artistic style? I begin by having in-depth conversations with the director to fully understand their vision, tone, and intended message. I ask about their visual inspirations, color preferences, and emotional goals for each character. Then, I present my design ideas, sketches, fabric swatches, and mood boards that reflect their input while incorporating my creative interpretation. Collaboration is key, so I remain flexible, always aiming to blend my style with the director's intent. My artistic style emphasizes texture, symbolism, and storytelling, but I adapt it to serve the narrative. Ultimately, the goal is harmony, supporting the story while adding a distinct, thoughtful costume aesthetic to the production. 7. How do you research and ensure historical or cultural accuracy in your designs? I begin by identifying the specific time period or culture involved and gather primary sources such as photographs, paintings, and museum archives. I cross-reference academic texts and credible online databases to verify styles, fabric types, colors, and construction methods. When designing culturally specific costumes, I consult with cultural advisors or historians to avoid misrepresentation and ensure authenticity. I also consider how clothing reflects societal norms, class distinctions, and regional variations of the time. Every element, from accessories to stitching, is checked for accuracy. This rigorous process not only enhances credibility but also shows respect for the cultures and histories portrayed. 8. Can you share an example of a time you had to design under tight budget constraints? How did you handle it? For a community theater production of Les Miserables, I had a very limited budget but a large cast. I managed it by repurposing existing costumes from past shows and altering them to fit the new period. I sourced low-cost fabrics from wholesale markets and used creative layering to give garments a more textured, authentic look. I also collaborated with local fashion students who volunteered to assist with sewing. Through resourcefulness and strong planning, I maintained the show's visual integrity. The experience taught me how to prioritize key costume pieces while being economically creative without sacrificing design quality. 9. How do you balance creativity with practicality, e.g., actor mobility, quick changes, durability? Balancing creativity and practicality is essential in costume design. During the initial concept phase, I always keep performance logistics in mind. Scene transitions, actor movement, and quick changes. I choose fabrics that allow flexibility, breathability, and durability while still supporting the visual aesthetic. For quick changes, I design modular costumes with hidden snaps, stretch panels, and Velcro closures. I also consult actors and stage managers early to identify potential costume challenges. My creative vision never compromises functionality. Instead, I use constraints to innovate. A well-designed costume should enhance performance, not hinder it, and I ensure my designs support that balance. 10. What software or tools do you use for costume design, e.g., Photoshop, Illustrator, draping, pattern making? I regularly use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator for digital sketching, rendering, and color planning. These tools allow me to create detailed, easily adjustable designs and mood boards. For technical work, I rely on traditional pattern-making techniques using muslin and draping on dress forms. I also use Autodesk Sketchbook for freehand concept art. Costume Plot software helps me manage continuity and wardrobe changes across scenes. For construction, I work with sewing machines, sergers, and hand tools for embellishments. I balance digital and manual methods, which helps me stay efficient and versatile across different production environments and design phases. 11. How do you handle fittings and alterations to ensure costumes fit actors perfectly? Fittings are a collaborative and crucial part of the design process. I begin by taking precise measurements and cross-referencing them with design specs and movement needs. During the initial fitting, I observe how the actor moves and take note of any restrictions or discomfort. I communicate closely with the actor to understand their feedback and make them feel comfortable and confident in the costume. Alterations are then done with precision, sometimes requiring multiple fittings to perfect the look. I document each step to maintain consistency and ensure continuity. My goal is to create costumes that fit beautifully and function flawlessly. 12. Have you ever had to create costumes from scratch? What materials and techniques did you use? Yes, I created many costumes from scratch, especially for historical or fantasy productions. I typically start by drafting original patterns or adapting existing ones, then move into fabric selection, choosing materials that align with the character's world and era. I've used silk, wool, organza, faux leather, and brocade, depending on the visual and functional needs. I incorporate techniques like draping, pleating, distressing, and hand embroidery to add texture and authenticity. Construction involves machine sewing, hand finishing, and sometimes dyeing or painting for custom effects. Creating from scratch allows full creative control and helps me bring truly unique, character-specific designs to life. 13. How do you manage costume continuity throughout a production, especially for long-running shows or multi-scene films? Costume continuity is critical for consistency in storytelling, especially in multi-scene or episodic work. I keep detailed costume plots, photographs, and notes on each character's wardrobe changes. During fittings, I document looks with labeled photos from multiple angles and maintain digital and physical file for easy reference. I also collaborate closely with script supervisors and wardrobe assistants to track continuity during shooting or performances. For long-running shows, I label garments clearly and store them methodically to avoid confusion. Regular checks and communication with cast and crew ensure that costumes remain consistent, even during reshoots or extended show runs. 14. How do you collaborate with directors, production designers, and other departments to ensure cohesive visual storytelling? Collaboration starts with early meetings where we discuss the script's vision, tone, and themes. I work closely with directors to align character arcs with costume evolution. With production designers and cinematographers, I ensure my color palettes and textures complement the set design and lighting. We often share mood boards and fabric samples to maintain visual harmony. I also attend rehearsals and walkthroughs to see how costumes interact with the environment and blocking. Open communication and mutual respect are key. I see myself as part of a larger storytelling team, and I strive to ensure that my designs support the overall vision. 15. Describe a time when you had to make last-minute changes to a costume. How did you handle it? During a dress rehearsal for a period play, an actor accidentally tore the sleeve of a delicate, hand-stitched gown. With only an hour before curtain, I had to act fast. I assessed the damage and decided to remove the torn section, repurpose matching fabric from the hem, and hand-stitch a new sleeve insert backstage. I worked with the actor to ensure fit and comfort, all while coordinating with stage management to adjust their entrance slightly. The solution blended seamlessly with the design, and the audience never noticed a change. This experience reinforced my ability to stay calm and resourceful under pressure. 16. Have you ever faced resistance from a director or actor regarding your designs? How did you resolve it? Yes. During a film shoot, an actor felt a costume didn't align with their character's emotional state. I listened carefully to their concerns and acknowledged their perspective. I then revisited the script and spoke with the director to ensure alignment. We decided to make minor adjustments to the color tone and fabric texture, which better reflected the character's arc without compromising the overall design. The actor felt more connected to the revised look, and the director appreciated the collaborative effort. Open communication and flexibility are vital. I view feedback as an opportunity to enhance the story while maintaining creative integrity. 17. What are the biggest challenges you face as a costume designer, and how did you overcome them? One of the biggest challenges I faced was designing for a large-scale outdoor musical where weather unpredictability impacted costume performance. We had to account for rain, heat, and wind while maintaining visual appeal. I addressed this by selecting breathable, quick-drying fabrics and constructing duplicate costumes for emergency changes. I also worked closely with wardrobe staff for maintenance and repairs. Another challenge was tight timelines. I learned to manage time efficiently by prioritizing high-impact pieces and delegating tasks. Overcoming such hurdles required problem-solving, resilience, and clear communication with a team to ensure both function and design quality remained uncompromised. 18. How do you handle working under tight deadlines, especially in fast-paced productions? In fast-paced productions, I rely heavily on detailed planning, time management, and prioritization. I break the project into phases: design, sourcing, construction, and fittings, and assign deadlines to each. I maintain open communication with my team to monitor progress and address issues early. I also prepare contingency plans, such as backup fabric sources or alternate construction methods, in case of delays. Delegating tasks to trusted assistants or collaborating with local costume houses helps lighten the load. I've learned to stay calm and focused under pressure, making quick but thoughtful decisions. Meeting tight deadlines is about staying organized while protecting design integrity. 19. What do you think is the most important skill for a successful costume designer? While creativity and technical skills are essential, I believe adaptability is the most important skill for a costume designer. Productions are dynamic, and changes happen constantly. Scripts evolve, actors get recast, and scenes are reimagined. Being able to adjust quickly while maintaining design quality and vision is crucial. Adaptability allows for effective problem-solving, smoother collaboration, and a resilient mindset. It helps me respond constructively to feedback, manage unexpected challenges, and stay productive under pressure. Whether it's adjusting to a new director's vision or reworking a costume last minute, my ability to adapt ensures that I deliver consistently strong, story-driven designs. 20. If hired for this project, what would be your first steps in developing the costumes? First, I would thoroughly read the script to understand the characters, setting, and emotional arcs. Next, I'd meet with the director and key creative team members to discuss their vision, visual themes, and practical requirements. I'd then begin researching the appropriate period, culture, or style reference in production. From there, I would create initial concept boards, color palettes, and sketches for discussion. Once approved, I'd begin sourcing fabrics and drafting patterns while scheduling fittings and collaborating with the construction team. These early steps help establish a clear, cohesive direction that ensures the costumes effectively support the storytelling. Thank you for watching our video on the top 20 costume designer interview questions and answers. We hope these insights help you succeed in your next interview. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more career tips and industry-specific guidance. Best of luck on your journey in costume design.